Hi everyone, Chris from the Evidence Trail here. CrimeCon UK have just released their schedule for this year's event. If you've been hiding under a rock and haven't heard about CrimeCon UK, then let me just fill you in. So it's going to be in London on Saturday the 3rd and Sunday the 4th of October. It's a 2-day event for all things true crime. So if you watch the True Crime channel, if you listen to true crime podcasts, if you read novels, then this is the event for you. Before I get into the schedule, if you haven't got your tickets yet, there are still some available, and don't pay full price. You can use my code evidence at the checkout to get 10% off, but just use your favorite podcaster's code if you know that they're going to CrimeCon. I'm not precious about it, so yeah, whoever your favorite podcaster is that's at this event, use their code that they've been promoting and you'll get 10% off your tickets. So let's run through the schedule, shall we? So we'll start with the Saturday. Doors are going to be open at 8 o'clock for your VIP and Platinum members. And then the doors will open at 9 for general guests. And then between 9 and 9:45, there is an exhibit for the Platinum and VIP only ticket holders. Can You Spot a Liar? And that is hosted by Paul Melardet. Sorry if I've got your name completely wrong, Paul. If you've come by yourself, then this is still the event for you. Between 9:15 and 9:45, there's a flying solo session here. So if you have come alone, then this is a great way to meet other people that have come by themselves, and you get to share your interests, your passions, your favorite podcasts, your favorite authors, shows, and get to meet like-minded individuals. So yeah, you might turn up alone, but you probably won't be spending the day alone. You'll have being really, really good company. CrimeCon UK has put together this just to make it a really fun, engaging, welcoming community that you'll probably build your networks with. Go home with more friends than you came with. And the next session is at 10 to 10:15, and this is a welcome by the event director, Nancy Borgen. So yeah, she's going to welcome you all, and then you are off to whatever exhibits interest you. If I wasn't manning my stand, then I'd be going to this one, no doubt, as it's forensic science related. So between 10:15 and 11:45, Exhibit A is a True Crime Channel presents UK forensic breakthroughs with Joe Millington and David Howard. I know Jo well because she trained me in my advanced bloodstain pattern analysis course back in the days. This will be really, really interesting. So if you do have an interest in forensic science, check that one out. And then there is a crime community break. So this is a good chance for you to wander around, meet new people, meet your favorite content creators, that kind of thing. And then 12:15 to 1:15, we got True Crime Uncut presents Hidden in Plain Sight, London's Invisible Victims, and this is presented to you by Hayley Rhodes, Michaela Kempson, and Claire Laxton. And that is to basically do with people that have just vanished in London. London, which is covered by goodness knows how many CCTV, mobile phones, transport cameras, all that. People that may not get the same exposure that the media gives to other people. Running at the same time is Exhibit B. So this is The Architecture of Betrayal, How Trust is Built, Tested and Exploited Before Harm Occurs. And this is presented by Anna Sonoda. This sounds really interesting as well. It's kind of discussing how basically domestic violence can be not just through violence, it can be through abuse such as coercion, more kind of mental, what am I trying to say? more mental abuse than physical abuse a lot of the time. And then 12:15 to 1:15, there is also a live studio, codename Badger, hunting the truth behind a decades-long deception. And you've got guest speakers here, Eugene Henderson and Andy Clark, both journalists. That sounds like a really interesting discussion there. I'm going to have to do my research on Codename Badger. But if you're a fan of their podcast, then do not miss that one. And then there is a lunch break where you can obviously have something to eat, walk around, meet new people. And then around 2 o'clock, there is a Platinum Lounge announcement still to come. And then we've got, after lunch, there's a few opportunities here. And a few opportunities, I say missed opportunities. Critical moments that could have changed everything. You've got guest speakers Lisa Squire and Jodie Edith. Or if you want to check out another exhibit, you've got True Crime Uncut presents The Stabbing Paradox. Has London become safer or just better at saving lives? And you've got guest speakers Hayley Rose and Anton Sullivan there. And then there is a live studio as well, from Lucy Letby to Preston Davey, inside Britain's biggest trials. Guest speakers here, Alex Matthews, Caroline Cheetham and Jamie East. You've no doubt heard of Lucy Letby, Preston Davey. Yeah, there's going to be a fascinating talk there, no doubt, on those killers. And then later on in the day, The Almost Perfect Murder, Technology, Truth and Justice, hosted by Sam Robbins and Tim Tate. Running parallel with that, Always True Crime presents The Surgeon of St. Helena, and this is presented by Luke Jones. And again, we've got a live studio, The Limits of Duty, put your teeth in, Chris. Should soldiers be prosecuted for actions during conflict? That is no doubt quite a topical conversation. You've got guest speakers, Oisin Feeney and Lee Lavis. And then just after 4 o'clock, there's a community break where, you can again wander around, meet your favourite podcasters, your favourite true crime enthusiasts. And then between 5 and 6, you've got a talk, Gabby Petito, Beyond the Headlines. So you've got guest speakers, Nicole Schmidt, Jim Schmidt, Joe Petito, and Tara Petito. And then same time, Exhibit B, Inside Women Behind Bars. Jonathan Levi and Dr. Emma French present that one. Women, whenever they kill, it just picks up more headlines than when men do because it's just less common. And then there is this exciting podcast announcement coming for the end of the day. Then we're moving on to Sunday. So if that wasn't enough, you get another day. It's similar as well, just a slightly later start for your VIP guests. So that's 8:30 to 9:30. That's when you get your breakfast. But then the doors open same time again, 9 o'clock. And then you've got straight away 9:05, True Crime Presents, Deadly Destinations premiere screening, the Lavin Rich case. So that will be a talk on that. Now we're on to various exhibits that run in parallel again. So between 10 and 11, we've got Forgotten Lives, Disability, Abluzium, and The Hidden Victims of Homicide. And that is presented by Samantha Renk, plus some exciting guest speakers to be announced as well. And then we're on to Exhibit B, Project Vigilant. And this is with forensic psychologist Kerry Danes. And then we've got a live in the studio as well. And this is Paranormia, True Crime's Greatest Mysteries, hosted by Elizabeth McCafferty. And then you get a break, so another chance to wander around. And then at 11:30, True Crime Channel presents Ronan Kanda, A Family Fight for Change. And these are the guest speakers, the Kanda family. So that's going to be a powerful speech, no doubt, from the loved ones of Ronan Kandas. Exhibit B is Association of True Crime Producers, Ethical Storytelling in True Crime, and the guests are going to be announced soon for that. And then you've got another live studio podcast talk, True Criminals Live, Behind the Headlines. And you've got your guest speakers, Martin Brunt and Helen Fospero. Then moving into the afternoon, you've got another exhibits running parallel. The Last Witness, guest speakers with Dan Ashby and Lucy Taylor. Also, The Boy Next Door, American's 13-year-old serial killer, with Enley Hunt as your guest speaker there. I don't know how anyone can be a serial killer at 13 years old. I mean, I was probably still playing with Batman figures at that age. So, yeah. And then you've got a live studio to be announced. And then there's a break. You've got a Platinum Lounge and another exciting announcement still to come. And then in the afternoon, we've got Britain's Most Evil Killers presents The Capital's Most Evil Killers, Murderer Typologies. And this is hosted by Hayley Rose and Anton Sullivan, with more exciting announcements to come. The Exhibit B, Inside the Lie Detector, The Truth About Modern Polygraph Testing. And this is with Lisa Ribicoff. And then your live podcast is Killers, Cults and Queens, Crimes Against the LGBTQ Community, a decade on, from Stephen Port. This is your guest speakers are Cheryl the Queen, Nikki Druce, Jenny Taylor, and Donna Taylor. That is going to be very interesting, no doubt. And then an exciting announcement is still to come for the Exhibit B at that time. The live studio from the Always True Crime podcast network, True Crime Garage X Generation Y. So yeah, you've got Nick, the captain from True Crime Garage, will join Aaron of the Generation Y podcast for a special crossover event. So that'll be interesting, no doubt. Later on in the afternoon, Exhibit A, Trust Your Gut, a True Crime Survival Guide. And this is with guest speaker Emma Kenny. And then later on, you've got Exhibit A at 5:15, The Crime Conclusion, with your guest speaker, Nancy Borgen. And she closes the event, no doubt, to a standing ovation and the conclusion of a hugely successful event. So what do you think? Who are you most excited to see? There is something there for everyone, and I just love how they've got overlapping exhibits, so you can just pick your favorite and go see. And yeah, perhaps just try and catch up with someone that you may not have heard of, and just get to know them and see what really, really interests you. But yeah, don't miss the event, will you? If you're really interested in this, book your ticket, and don't forget to use the code EVIDENCE, or use one of your favorite podcasters' code to get some money off your tickets. Anyway, I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak soon.